Okay, with this video I want to explain you how you can use a chess database to help you during your correspondence games, or to help you simply analyzing a certain opening variation. I'll take the example of correspondence chess because that's one of the forms of chess that I like very much practicing. I do that at letsplaychess.com, like you probably know already. Many correspondence chess websites don't allow the use of engines, and that's something very important to know, and I'm very happy about it because I don't like using an engine during my games, and I don't want my opponents to use one also, because if I would want to play against an engine, I can do that at home. I don't need anyone on the internet for that. So what is allowed is to use opening books, chess books, and it's also allowed to use electronic books. That means databases. The program Fritz has a huge database. That means that hundreds of thousands of chess games played in the history have been stored in this database, and they are all, you can use them. Let's say, for example, that you are playing a game, you are on move 6, and I just made some moves here just as an example. Let's say that this is the game that you are being playing, and you have played knight f3, and after d5, g6, g3, c6, bishop d2, bishop g4, c4, e6, c takes d5, e takes d5, you castle, and then your opponent plays knight to d7, and at this point you think, wait a minute, until here I know the theory, but what's next? What's wise to do now? Well, then what you can do is you open the tab book here, and you see different possibilities. Now these different possibilities here are not based on engine search. They are based on the games that are stored in the database. So you can see that, for example, a move like d3 has been played 12 times in games that are stored in the database, and the performance of this move is 25-54. Now there is another move, queen to b3, that has a performance rating of 34-57, but that is because there is only one game with this move in the database, and it was a one game. It has a 100% score, so that's why the performance rating is so high. So don't be misled by these numbers here. Have a look also at the number of games. Now the best thing to do now is not simply to choose the move above, because it's more important to understand the ideas of this variation and the ideas of the opening, so to understand why d3 or knight c3 are good moves now. Now to do that, what you can do is that you search the database. So I click on search position, and then what is going to happen is that the computer is going to search all the games that are stored in the database where this position has been played. I'll stop the search now because this is just an example. And if I go up here, I see, for example, that there is a game between Reshevsky and Larsen played in 1964 that ended in a draw. Now those are famous grandmasters, so it can be interesting to have a look at that game. I press enter now, and then I see, look at notation, then we see the moves from that game, and I can go through the game to have a look at what the ideas can be in this variation. For example, this e4 idea, d3 and then e4. You know, you can have a look at the game, and this way you can find what the possible plans are in this variation. I would also advise you to have not only a look at one game, one famous game, but have a look at few games. Sometimes you recognize patterns that keep coming back in different games, and this way you can learn about the variation, and you can also, it helps you to make a decision during the game. And of course there is a moment that if you use this book, there is a moment where the book ends. That means that there is a moment where there is no more, or not, maybe not more than one move. Of sometimes also it simply disappears because there are no more games found in the database with this position. And of course, from that moment you have to think for yourself. There's nothing to do about it, and that's actually where the fun starts, because then it's the big test. Do you understand the reached position or not? Are you able to make your own plan to keep playing? So this is what I wanted to tell you about the use of databases while you are playing correspondence chess games. Now, of course, you can also do it the old-fashioned way, like people before the computers were so far as now. What people did was they simply used opening books or opening encyclopedias in paper, the old-fashioned way. So they take the chessboard and take the books and search in the book for the variation played in the game. And that's how correspondence chess masters in the past were doing it all the time. But now we have computers, we can use this. This is so easy, so much easier, and so fun also to do, because there's so much information that you can use, and it's very interesting to have this search done for famous games with this position, and you can go through the games and be inspired by the games of grandmasters in the same variation that you are playing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. That's it. Okay, bye bye.